showtime.
Konnichiwa, Tall Clan. How are you? If you're new to the channel, I am your host, Robert, a.k.a. The Tall Man. This is my lovely wife and co-host, Lisa, a.k.a. Mrs. Tall Man. Not that anyone ever calls her that. We are coming to you live this very moment from Osaka, Japan.
Yay.
Woohoo.
Thank you.
That is a look right now outside of our balcony. It even says that, welcome to Osaka. This is day 2 here for us. This is an overnight, which we were out very late, at least late for us last night. So there's a look at some of Osaka. There's the aquarium there, right there. And of course you saw the big Ferris wheel and one of the big bridges right off there in the distance. So anyway, hopefully you guys are well and that we surprised you. I know a lot of you thought we were going to be going out of a Florida port, but no, we flew to Japan. Of course, we put out our video a few days ago about our travel to Japan. And so it was an absolute fantastic trip to get here. Let me just tell you that. So hopefully you all are well. I know there's been some nasty weather out there as always. Yeah. And we hope everybody is safe. So let's say hello to everyone. Welcome. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on. This is actually day 5 for us. We've already been on the ship for 5 days, but we'll get into that. But hello, Mama Mac. She's in the house first. And then there's Mark. Good evening to everybody. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Macrina. And Mama Tall Man in the house.
Yes.
Yes. Of course, Mama Tall Man's been keeping quiet because, of course, she knew we were coming here. So thank you for not spilling the thing. So were you?
Oh, I thought there was some more.
No, that was it. That was it.
Oh.
No, Alex came in. Sorry, Mark. 17-day cruise must be nice. LOL. We had the time, and it's all about the timing. Because let me tell you, we've showed you before that we're cheap. we have to look at every penny we spend because we don't get any help from the cruise lines. And we got this like for $2,000 for both of us.
Yeah,
it was a crazy good price.
Couldn't turn it down.
No, we couldn't turn it down. And even our flights, we got like really great prices on flights, which we'll cover that again in a minute. Alex says, they're back. Thought you were going on an RCCL ship out of Florida. I know you thought that, but no.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Surprise. I need to have that drop somewhere.
You do.
I had that somewhere else, but
Yeah.
I don't think I have that. I think I got rid of it. I don't know. I had that at one point when we were doing the giveaway. I used that anyway.
Gotcha.
Hello, Ashley. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Gina, good evening to you.
Hello.
Alex says, my sister is vacationing in Japan.
Oh, nice.
Somehow, I didn't get the memo. That's the place to go. You know what? Truly shocked at how many Westerners are here.
I am too. Yeah.
It's crazy, really. And I wouldn't say they're all tourists. We'll cover that here in just a little bit, but we spent some time out in the trains yesterday going around the city, and it just, you can tell somebody who's a tourist and somebody who's not. A tourist is usually looking around aimlessly, and someone who's around know what they're doing.
They're going just with a purpose.
They go, right?
Yes.
So anyway, Osaka.
And you miss Bev.
And Bev, hello.
Yes,
Konnichiwa, Bev. Konnichiwa. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yes, everybody, please hit that thumbs up button.
Yes, thank you.
Looks like local time is 10 a.m. It is. It is first thing in the morning. We are currently 13 hours difference from you folks there. So it's an interesting thing. We get to get up, have breakfast, and then hang out with you guys for a little bit, and then have a full day, get to see the shows at night and do all that fun stuff that we normally have been missing because our 9 o'clock stream time sort of gets in the way of that. But not on this cruise.
No.
And Macrina says, I'm cheap too. Good minds think alike. Well, look, the least expensive that we can get a cruise, the more cruises we can take. It's that simple. So thank you all for the thumbs up.
Thank you.
If you're new and you're watching us, simple housekeeping notes. 1, do us a huge favor, hit the thumbs up. It really does help the show out. It helps out the channel. We really could use the help. To consider subscribing. If you enjoy cruising, enjoy seeing ships and destinations and things, please consider subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as part of the Tall Man Clan. Next, we do have a Facebook group. We post different content there than we do here on YouTube. All the food we eat, all the itinerary, daily activities, pictures of the food menus, all that stuff goes in our Facebook group. And ultimately, we've been posting for the past 4 days the stuff that we've been doing, minus last night because we didn't have dinner on the ship.
We held
last
off
night.
the first couple of days.
We did until we released the video to let you know we were in Japan.
Surprise.
Yes. So, consider joining the Facebook group, right? And last but not least, we do have a group cruise coming up here in November. If you want to know more information, we'll do a little teaser about that in a little bit, but you can consider joining us for a group cruise. And last but not least, actually, I should say our Patreon. We do have a Patreon, so if you want to help continue supporting the channel, patreon.com/tallmanclan. So there's all the housekeeping notes. So let's get into this. So yeah, we our travel agent friend, we talk about him a lot, Chris and Kathy, and there's several other people that work for him in his agency, had asked if we wanted to do a 3-day introduction cruise, right? This ship that we're on right now is going to California and repositioning, but going to stay there for a while. So, and it's the first time it's been to California.
Yes.
And so to introduce it, they reached out to the travel agents and said, "Hey, we're going to do this 3-day preview cruise. Do you want to do this?" Great. So anyway, Chris called us and said, "Hey, do you want to do the 3-day preview?" And we were like, "Fantastic. Yeah, let's do this. It doesn't cost us anything, right? Just the flight.
Right.
Let's do it." And I'm like, repositioning. I wonder where it's coming from. Oh, wow, it's coming from Japan. How much is it? $1,000 a piece? We're there
for a balcony.
So technically, we're going to be on here for 20 days.
Yes.
The 17-day transatlantic and then the 3-day preview cruise. So
yes.
We have some extended time here.
Yes.
But so let's go on from a quick recap of the travel day for those who didn't see the video. We started off from Central Florida, but we found incredibly affordable flights using different airports.
Yes.
We found a flight that would leave from Orlando. I think it was 2 stops, but the total flight time was, I don't know, like 21 hours or 19 and a half hours or something. It wasn't very long. We're like, wow, that's great. But it was $1,500 a person. So I'm like, well, let's just poke around a little bit. And so I widened the search. And if we flew out of Tampa, flew to Montreal, had a 24-hour layover, and then flew from Montreal direct to Tokyo, it was $500 per person. We're like, we're there.
Yeah.
And so that's what we chose to do. So we drove down to Tampa, actually got dropped off.
Yes. Thank you, Alyssa.
Yes. Baby tall man. Daughter tall man. We drove down there, and then, so anyway, so we went out of Tampa, flew to Montreal. We decided to stay at the hotel that was in the terminal. We've never done that before. It was a nice hotel, Marriott. Shot all that video we've already released. If you're new and you haven't seen that yet, go back to our channel and you can watch the preview of that. It was great because we showed a lot of the process of going through it and stuff. And then ultimately the next day we check out of the hotel, back through customs, which it wasn't close to the hotel. It was on the other side. So it was a little bit further walk. I know when in that video we mentioned, in the check-in process, it's right down the stairs from the hotel.
It's a little bit further.
It's a little further. So we did that, got on the plane, and 13 and a half hours later, we're in Tokyo. And so we got to Tokyo. Unfortunately, one of the other things, we didn't land in Haneda. We landed in,
I can't remember.
The other one.
I don't remember.
It escapes me.
Yeah.
So it was like a 45-minute, 50-minute cab ride to get to Yokohama.
Yes.
Which is where the ship left from and where our hotel was for the night. Mm-hmm. So by the time we got there and everything, we didn't get to see any of Tokyo. Yeah. So I know that sucked a little bit, but from a time standpoint and a financial standpoint, we couldn't hang out in Tokyo, fly there a few days before and hang out. And then so we're going to have to just come back. That's what that means.
Exactly.
So then we got on the ship. So normally on our day one cruise, we talk about embarkation. So let's just talk about embarkation.
All right.
It was completely smooth. Mm-hmm. One of the better embarkations, Narita Airport. That's correct.
Yes,
Narita.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's like N something. But embarkation was incredibly smooth here in Japan. But slightly different than most. You go into the terminal, which is sort of it's like a permanent temporary building. It's got like the tent top, which is round.
Block walls, but a tent top.
Yeah, and it was air conditioned. It was comfortable and everything. But you're not going through the gangways to get on. You go on from the dock right up onto the ship.
Yeah.
Even like here, let me go to balcony cam, and if you look down here, wrong way. If I scooch over here, you can see there's a gangway sort of thing there, but they don't use it. Why am I not seeing the little tunnel thingy? Did they remove the little tunnel thingy? Oh yeah, they moved the tunnel thingies because they were loading in more supplies, so the trucks were down there. Anyway, if I can, those little blue things off to the left there, those are like little tunnels they have going from the side of the ship, like on the dock, right where the forklifts are, and you go into the terminal. It was the same way in Yokohama.
Yes.
And so, let's back up. So it was an easy process, but from the whole check-in standpoint, it was different. You walk into the terminal and immediately get put in a seat.
Yes.
You don't go through security. You don't, go through checking in with Royal. You do none of that. You just go and you get put in a seat in the big long rows, and then they call one row at a time.
Yes.
Like you're about to get on the ship. And so we're like, wow, is there no scans and this and that and all that stuff to go through? And there wasn't at that point. So we just sat there, and within about 15 or 20 minutes, they said, okay, it's time to go. And so they called, we were in row 4, so they called the first 3 rows. So what happens is you then go from the seats through security. Mm-hmm. And then from security, you then do sort of a check-in, but all of our document was done. It was 5 seconds. Mm-hmm. And then right onto the ship. But down from deck 2.
Yes.
Right? Not, again, through the gangways.
Yes.
And so
ground level.
Incredibly smooth.
Yeah.
Right? So, bravo to the team in Yokohama, as well, of course, Royal Caribbean. It's partially their process as well.
Yeah.
Right? So a nice, smooth embarkation. So thus far, the next day we were in Shimizu, and we had booked a private tour. When it came time for us to do this, a lot of our cruises, we book last minute, and we wanted to go see Mount Fuji, and all of those tours were booked through Royal Caribbean. So we need an alternative. So we found a private guide. We'll give you his information later. We're not going to do it during this stream. But we contracted with this gentleman to do a private tour. Now, from a dollar standpoint, it was actually cheaper doing that than the excursions through Royal Caribbean. However, big asterisk.
Big asterisk.
And you will find this out if you go this route looking for any sort of guide in Japan. None of these people have vehicles. And depending on where you are and where you want to go, public transportation sometimes is not an option. Mm-hmm. In this case, where we wanted to go, it was not an option. And so we had to add a car to this.
Yes.
And so we had to pay for a driver. So if we had not had to pay for the driver, just I was going to say Henry, not Henry. Terry.
Yes.
Terry's fees were less expensive for the two of us than it would be if we had booked a shore excursion through Royal. Plus, we got the one-on-one experience.
We did, which was awesome.
And we ended up going many places that we weren't even intended to go to, but we just stopped and went anyway. So the first stop, we went to Lake Taniki, which is a man-made lake. Again, we're going to do a whole video on just Shimizu. Same thing with here in Osaka. So I don't want to reveal it all to you, but it's a private lake, and we went up there. I didn't see one tourist. Not one.
No.
It was so
It's a man-made lake.
Yeah.
And it is fed from the melting snow from Mount Fuji.
Mount Fuji, yeah. It's been there for hundreds of years.
Beautiful, yeah.
Speaking of which, we drank, we had some sort of street food.
We did.
In that area. And the water, they don't serve it to you. There's this fountain that just kind of bubbles over constantly. It's the fresh water right from Mount Fuji. They just give you a cup and you
just
go
fill it up.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like you walk up to a big public fountain.
Yeah.
That kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Just get your water from there. So thank you very much.
you.
So anyway, we went to Mount Fuji. It was overcast and all day long, but every time we happened to be somewhere where we could potentially see, the clouds would break for a minute. And we'd get just like the tip, just the top. And then we'd get a little bit more. Finally, like at the end of the day when we were done with everything that we were going to do, all the clouds, at least for 5 minutes, went away, and we've got the full shot, which of course we'll show you that of Mount Fuji. So
yes.
Got my hat, Mount Fuji. So that
got
was
T-shirt, Mount Fuji.
Yep. So that was fantastic.
Thank you.
We also, one of the things that we were supposed to do, but we decided to do as we were on our way back, Terry looks at us and says, "Do you guys like sake?" And we're like, "Well, we don't really drink, so we're not really into sake." Well, but he says, "Well, I was thinking about we got some extra time. Let's stop at the brewery and we'll show you around, get you a tour of the. Let's go.
Yeah, we're in.
So we went to a sake brewery, and fortunately they were not doing tours, so we couldn't get into the factory part. But we were in the store part and met the owner, and he gave us a couple of samples of some of the their I don't want to call it higher end, but they just don't make sake here. They make like 327 versions of it.
Yes.
And we tried the citrus version of it, which was to die for. So we actually bought a bottle.
We did.
So we broke down and bought some alcohol. And oddly enough, it didn't get confiscated when we come back to the ship.
No.
So it's sitting right over there. But we're not going to open it here because we also have a bottle of champagne sitting right here as well. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with that either.
I know. Mark and Rocky, where are you?
I know. Come on, guys. I need help. Also, housekeeping notes. I forgot to tell you, the Wi-Fi has been brutal from our cabin.
Yes.
So if that mother buffer, or you know what I mean, starts, we apologize.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was Shimizu. It was a great day. We were out around 6.5, 7 hours. Oh, we also went to a fish market and a shrine, all kinds of places. We will do a special video just for that and get that released. Okay. So then we had a day at sea. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, yesterday, we pulled into Osaka. And we did do a Royal Caribbean tour. We went to the castle. We went to another shrine, like I think one of the bigger shrines here, is 5-story pagoda and all that stuff. And we took as much video as you can, because in a lot of these places you cannot shoot video. But we did that. Then the tour ended back here at the ship, and we just turned right around and figured out how we're going to work the public transportation system here, all the trains.
And we did.
We went out, found our way to Dotonbori Street, and hung out in that area, had some food, got a massage, a couple's massage down there. And from the good side of Dotonbori, because there's a section of it that's kind of the red light district, we stayed away from that, at least when it came to the massage. We walked through there. But during the daytime, though it was packed, which you will see in a video, just crazy packed. I don't think a lot of the crazy stuff begins to happen until nighttime.
Probably not, and we had left by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were rushing back trying to
get to dinner.
That last-minute buffet,
yeah.
which we missed it.
Yeah, so. But that was yesterday. So
that was
full day.
Yeah.
We walked 12.5 miles.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Here between the tour and just going out in Osaka and exploring. And boy, did we explore. I mean, we just zigzagging. And it is amazing, guys. If you ever come to Osaka, that is just spend a day in the Dotonbori area. It's crazy.
It is.
All the food and
wall-to-wall people as far as you can see each way. And then you move over to the next street, same thing. Wall-to-wall people as far as you can see. And next street, same thing. It is crazy.
Yeah, it's not going to focus in good enough. Sorry. I haven't even gotten the stuff off the phone yet. It's like I said, we got back here last night, had a little food, shower, went to bed. We're exhausted.
We were.
12.5 miles is more than we typically do in a day. Almost 26,000 steps was yesterday. So.
Yeah, that's a little bit more walking than we usually do. And a lot of it was climbing steps, too. And that's another thing that we typically don't do so much of. Me.
I do more.
Yeah.
She does more steps, but that's okay.
Yeah. A lot of it was climbing.
Yeah. Well, we went up to the on
the top of the pagoda. Then we went to the top of the castle.
The pagoda's 5 stories.
Yeah.
The castle's 8
8
stories.
stories.
And
yeah,
it was
and then
packed.
walking up the steps to get to the subway, and yeah, it was a lot of uphill and up steps.
I don't know if we'll say this in the video, so I'll say it now. And even if we do say it in the video, unfortunately, just circumstances. I was actually very disappointed in the tour yesterday.
Yeah.
The shrine we went to, it was okay. That was fine. One, it was very hard to hear our guy speak. His name was Toshi. His English was very good, but
he didn't have a microphone.
In the bus, he had a microphone. You could hear him.
Yes.
But when we got out, he didn't have any kind of audio. There was, I don't know how many people, 50, 55 people. It was a full big bus full of people. And he would sort of run off a little bit. And the people that were straggling behind and trying to catch up and get off the bus, he's already talking about stuff. And so we heard very little of what he had to say about the locations we were in. And so that was a little disappointing. The shrine itself was nice. We purified. We did that there, but we also did that in Shimizu.
Yes, in Shimizu we got
and
the
I got some fortune and stuff done. So,
yeah.
But when we got to the castle, I didn't count, and I should have counted to get you guys a number. But there was, in my opinion, no less than 60 buses of people there. It reminded me of when we were at the Acropolis in Greece. In Greece, you couldn't move.
No.
There were so many people.
No.
It was the same way here. It just was not fun. And one of the castle itself, the main part of the castle is really a museum.
Yes.
And you really want to go look around and take this stuff in, and you couldn't.
There was no way.
We made it up to the top, looked around the top, shot some video, walked down, looked at a couple of shops, and then walked to the bus. That took an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was literally waiting for people to migrate, if you will. I mean, it was just this
nuts.
mass of people, and waiting to get in line to get up the stairs, and there was no room to see any of it. To be honest,
there was an elevator. The elevator, by the way, only takes you to floor level 5.
Yes.
If you want to get all the way to the top, then it's 3 more flights up.
Yes.
The line for the elevator was
ridiculous.
Huge. So that's why we decided to take the stairs all the way up. And I'm glad we did, because at least we were able to get to the top to get some great video and take the views in of Osaka. But it was not fun.
No, we made the decision to go in and immediately climb up to the 8th floor and then walk our way down, and we wouldn't even made it to the 2nd floor, I don't think, if we had done the other way.
Because by the time we were done on the 8th floor, I'm like, look, we just got to get out of here.
Yeah, it was
just
crazy.
Too many people.
Yeah.
So, and again, that's not the cruise line's fault.
It's not.
It's not the tour agency's fault. It's just, wow, it was just not fun. And so there was, $300 spent for that excursion.
Yeah.
And I just didn't feel like we got our money's worth out of that at all.
There were just too many people that you couldn't see anything that you wanted to see. And we came away basically with no knowledge, no experience really, other than, wow, that was just too many people.
Other than it was rebuilt 90 years ago.
Yes.
It's most of the temples, most of the have been bombed, burned, earthquakes. I mean, a lot of things. There's very few structures that, from that standpoint, the shrines and things that have been here for 1,000+ years,
that haven't had to be reconstructed.
There's a couple we saw in the shrine. There was, not yesterday, but in Shimizu. There was one of the buildings that is original. Mm-hmm. Everything else had been rebuilt. And so yes, you're looking at some history, but it's not like you're looking at a building that's been there for 2,000 years. So if that makes sense. But, we got to see one of the biggest Buddhas and a couple of the more famous Buddhas or famous statues. Those aren't Buddhas. The angry guys outside.
The angry guys are the guards, the guardians.
The guardians, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, with the fierce faces. One's blue, one's red, and they've got the mean faces to keep out evil.
But we digress because that was Shimzu.
Yes.
No. That was the shrine yesterday. That was with Terry. Not Terry. That was with Toshi. That was yesterday.
No, I'm pretty sure that
was... No, it was him because he told us to go out that gate and turn around.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
You're right. It was yesterday. Yeah.
So all in all, we have been tourists completely. We've done nothing ship-wise that we would normally do outside of, we did video the cabins right when we got on the ship, but outside of that, we haven't had our 3 a.m. conga line through the ship. We've done none of that.
We haven't.
We decided, though we love you all, we are going to have some vacation and be tourists, which we have done. So we did get a couple of maps. We'll take some pictures of the maps and put them up on the Facebook group of the train system. It is very, very simple and easy to use. The biggest thing is just figuring out what kind of ticket you need. There are, I think, like full day passes. If you're going to be bouncing around a lot of locations, we weren't. We were going to go to one place, hang out the day, and then come back. And so when you buy a ticket, typically it's one way. And so it costs, it was like 200 yen per person or something like that. So it wasn't a lot. Which, again, another tip for you guys. If you're coming to Japan, the minute you get off the plane, go find an ATM and pull out some cash. Yen.
Yeah.
They're not going to take American dollars. And not everybody takes credit cards, right? So you're going to need cash. Yen, I say cash, but you're going to need to carry some yen with you. So I learned that tip from watching a video about coming to Japan. And the minute we got off the plane, I came out, went to the left, found the 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven.
7-Elevens are everywhere here.
The
it's
corner
crazy.
store, 7-Eleven.
Yes.
But 7-Eleven, in this sense, they have ATMs. It's like a bank.
Yes.
And I pulled out, I forget how much it was, but I pulled out some, I don't know, 40, 50,000 yen or something like that, because I knew we were going to have to pay for the driver. I knew we were going to have to pay for a bunch of things along the way. And so I wanted to make sure that I had enough cash in my pocket. Now, if you bring cash, obviously you can go and exchange it because there's exchange counters. But I just pulled it off my card. So now you're sort of caught up to speed of the last 4 days. Today is a weird day, right? This is our second day in Osaka. And we don't leave until tonight. But this is a letter that I'm going to read to you that we got in our room. I just found this to be very strange. And anyway, get ready for Osaka. Details on Japan exit immigration inspection on the 19th, which is today. We're in the future, so I know you guys are still on the 18th. You're speaking to the future. We hope you're enjoying the warmth and friendliness of our crew and creating a wonderful... blah, 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 blah. As Osaka will be our last port of call in Japan, all guests aboard are required to undergo a mandatory face-to-face immigration inspection at the port terminal starting at 1:15 p.m. Please note, the boarding will be temporarily stopped between 12:15 and 1:15. During this time, guests returning to the ship from exploring Osaka will not be able to reboard until after the immigration process begins at 1:15. So please plan your return accordingly to avoid long waiting times in the terminal. Once processed by Japanese immigration, no one is permitted to disembark the ship again, as it will be considered that they have exited Japan. So, in short, you know what? I'll finish reading it because that sort of
covers it up.
Yeah. Important guidance. All guests that are on board at 12:30 p.m. and plan to remain on board the rest of the day must proceed to the Royal Theater on deck 4 and 5, where our team will escort you to the immigration processing in the terminal and you can return back. All guests aboard who wish to disembark later in the day to visit Osaka must leave the ship no later than 2 p.m. via the forward gangway. Okay, they have 2 of them open right now. Guests returning after 1 p.m. but wish to explore more of Osaka on their own must not return to the ship until they are certain there is no need to return ashore, because once you process through the Japanese exit immigration, leaving the ship will be prohibited by Japanese authority. So, take, for example, what we did yesterday. When we got back from our shore excursion, it was 3 o'clock. And we just turned right around and found the train. We never got back to the ship. We talked about it, but I knew me. We'd gone back to the cabin, dropped my bag. I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. Let's have a nap.
And then we never would have gotten
and
off.
And then, you know, it's like, you know what? I'm just tired. We'll just do it tomorrow. So, but today, for those who are on tours, if they come back and they decide to step on to have lunch or do whatever, they're not going to be allowed off. So I just think that's kind of strange that we're here until 7:30, but you have to be off the ship by a certain time, but cannot return unless you not plan to go back out again. Because there's shopping and things right here. And so maybe people want to do some shopping, you know, take their bags back and drop them and then go off and go to Dotonbori Street for lunch, right? Because it's kind of an experience down there.
It is.
You just can't do that. So I just thought that was a little bit strange. It kind of cut the day up.
Yeah.
But we thought and talked about potentially going to the Osaka 2025 Expo, which is not far from here, but opted to, we're hurt. We are hurting.
We're a little sore.
even after the massage. So anyway, let's catch up with a couple of your comments here.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, you're Back to the Future. Yeah. Back to the Future, yes. Bev says, I might look like a local because I get asked for directions no matter where I go. We're the same way.
We do too.
We're the same way, though we hadn't been asked here yet. Nobody's asked us here yet.
Somebody asked me something. It wasn't directions, but it was something.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was now.
Yeah, normally it's like I got information.
Yeah, tattooed.
Yeah, across my forehead. So we also found out all the Japanese kids, they all say hello, not in Japanese, but hello to us as we're walking by.
Every one of them.
Hello, hello, hello. We're like, konnichiwa, konnichiwa, konnichiwa. It's just kind of funny, unique. They're trying to practice their English, I guess.
Yeah.
Macrina says, that's $50 a day for each of you for that cruise. Fantastic. Right?
Yeah.
And a balcony.
Yes.
Right? We got a balcony.
Yes.
Balcony.
Balcony cam.
Yeah. Right on the other side of the ship is Universal Studios.
Yes.
The people that were on the table next to us while we're eating dinner, that was one of their plans for one of the days was to go to Universal Studios. Now, coming from the Central Florida area, that is the least that it doesn't even compute. But this particular lady is a huge Harry Potter fan, self-proclaimed, and is going to go just to see the Harry Potter area in Universal Japan. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I've seen some people, Disney, too, doing the same thing. Disney.
Yeah. So Irene's like, hi all, a little late, lost track of time. No worries about it. Good to see you, Irene.
Yes, nice to see you.
EJ says, hello. Funny thing, next year, we might take that ship from Seattle to Tokyo.
Nice.
And then fly home to the Philippines and retire. Oh, congratulations. Yeah. We have a couple of friends that have lived in the Philippines.
Yeah. Yeah, we've
Expats.
actually talked about that ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's not Filipino and I'm not Filipino because we can't own land.
Correct.
Yes, we could rent, but
Long-term lease.
I want to build something. Patricia says, hey there, finally made it. Yes.
Yay.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Japanese train system, very, very efficient. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, trains
It's
run every
incredibly efficient.
2 minutes.
Yes.
It's crazy how close together they are.
Yeah.
And the trains are like stupid long. Twice as long as any train that I remember in Boston or New York or something like that. So yeah, anyway, very efficient.
Yes.
Yeah, tons of people on the train stations and on the trains. Yeah, it was very crowded. Irene like, good for you too. You deserve it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Don't worry, we're going to come back stream, and then once we start streaming, we'll be with you, every day, because we want to show you the ship as well. But we only had a few days, and with the time change that we're at, because it's 13 hours difference. If we want to stream at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's 10 a.m. for us, which literally just gets in the way of anything we want to do off the ship, because all the excursions are starting around 9, right? So we're like, you know what? We're going to be tourists.
At least for the first few days.
Thank you for the thumbs up.
Thank you.
We'll video it and show it to you, but, we're going to go.
Absolutely.
EJ says 7-Eleven's like gourmet there. Awesome, and it's all fresh. The funny thing is, we've not actually walked into the 7-Eleven. We went to an ATM at the airport to get cash out. But we see them. I mean, they're everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah.
It's like, the future is now. Yes, it is. Mama Tall Man says, I think the last time you did 12 and a half miles, you were in basic training. Yeah, probably. Ooh, man. Yeah. I'm not sure. I am not sure exactly the pains that I'm feeling today. Is it from the walking, or is it from the massage we got? Because we got a couples massage, and we talked.
Tissue.
We talked after, and both those girls that were working us, man, holy crap, they were digging in. Mm-hmm. She found places that I didn't even know hurt, like up on my wrist. She's working on my wrist. She's like, oh. Wait a minute. Does that hurt? Yes. And she'd do something and then did that, and my wrist went crack. I'm like, wow. What is that? Oh, yeah, but calves. She beat the living out of my calves, and man, now it hurts to walk. So.
Yeah, my shins and my calves are definitely sore.
I said to Lisa this morning.
I think it's from climbing all those stairs.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Now it's like. Their elbow.
I've got one spot right here from the elbow.
How's that pressure? I'm like, oh, that's okay. Tears are coming out of my eyes. Oh, I said to Lisa this morning, if I didn't have to walk to get there, I'd probably go get another one from another place, just more of a light one to work out the pain, and then drink about a gallon of water to get out all the toxins. Because that's the other part that sucks is we got the massage, which was in the Dotonbori area, but then we had to walk back to the train station, and it's 2 different lines that you have to take to get back here. And
so walk between the lines.
Lines was kind of a healthy walk. And then the station isn't far from here. It's a 5-6 minute walk. And then the ship, there's just enough walking that the first thing you really want to do after a really deep tissue massage like that is not do much walking, but do a lot of drinking. Not alcohol drinking, but
Drink
water.
Water.
That flushes out all the toxins.
For us, because we were trying to get back before the buffet line closed, we were walking at a good clip.
Yeah.
It wasn't a leisurely thing.
It turns out it was all for nothing.
I know.
The buffet closed at 8:30.
8:30 instead of 9.
We thought it was 9, and we got there at like 9:01 or something. I'm like, but it's just 9 o'clock, and I'm like, oh.
We were like, oh, we were thinking it closed at 9 and there would be, scraps, but there was nothing.
Yeah.
It was already gone.
Hickey Nuki says, hello, well, Universal Japan is a blast. Yeah, I will absolutely take your word for it. I love the theme parks. I mean, I worked at Disney for years. It's deep down. I absolutely love the theme parks. But for me, with my vertigo, I can't ride the rides anymore. And most of Universal Studios is about the rides. And it's just a waste of money if I can't ride the rides.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating. It really chaps my because I can't go on the rides. So anyway, but I'm sure it is. So, Karen says, also do not jaywalk in Japan. No. Look, being a tourist in a place like Japan is simple. Just watch everybody and what they do.
Well, that goes to say with any foreign country.
Yes.
There's a lot of foreign countries you don't want to jaywalk.
That is true. But a lot of locals don't really adhere to the laws and the rules, right? In this country, they're everything's well marked. Of course, most of it's in Japanese, and
but there's symbols.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
but
there's symbols.
When the lights are red, there's nobody crossing the street. even small little side streets. They're all sitting there. I could almost reach across and touch. and as soon as it goes green, it's like, and of course we videoed some of that for you guys too. But yeah, there is absolutely no jaywalking in this place. Alex says, enjoy your vacation, well earned. Thanks for the recording videos. Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
We would do it anyway, so
Yeah.
we just share them. Right? So, and she's laughing. Irene, work the pain out from the previous massage. That's what I thought, right? I need a massage because of the massage. Well, I have this guy.
It's good pain.
Orlando. His name's Jim. Best massage I've ever had in my life from this gentleman. And anytime Humpty Dumpty is broken, that's what I call it. You know, when Humpty Dumpty has fallen off the wall, I go see Jim. And it is an incredibly painful experience. I'm not going to lie to you. But pain in the good way, because you didn't get broken overnight when it comes to massage stuff and muscles and things out of whack and stuff. And he'll go in and put you back together in one visit, but it's going to hurt. And you get a little ice and a little heat, little ice, a little heat. But yeah, Jim has done wonders. This girl was just about as good as Jim, really. And now I'm paying the price. we didn't know what to expect. And look, I'll just put this out there, right? Massage in Japan can be a fantastic thing. It's really a thing, right? It's a healing of the body.
It is.
But you have to be careful. I'm going to go back to full screen. So you can see my face. We both enjoy getting massages. We have for years. Me more than Lisa. She'd rather go to the chiropractor. Well, not rather go to a chiropractor, but if it's
I'd rather
one or the other, I'll choose chiropractor first. She would choose chiropractor first and massage second. I would choose massage first, chiropractor second.
But if I get to do both, it's massage first and then chiropractor.
To loosen you up so that you can get cracked.
Yes.
Anyway, not all the massage places here you would really actually want to go to. For reasons we're not going to discuss here. Use your imagination. The easiest thing that I can tell anybody who wants to get a massage, if there's a cute girl holding a sign, don't go in there. That's not a place you want to go in. If they just have a sign with their prices and stuff, and even if there's somebody getting like a picture of somebody getting a massage, yes, go there. But if there's any, cute girls out there holding, hey, don't go there. That's not the place you want to go. I mean, maybe if that's the place you want to go, then that's what you want to look for, is the place with the girls holding the signs. If that's what you want to go for. But if you're looking, for just a normal massage in Japanese style, a little shiatsu and all that stuff, just find the places that have a sign with their prices and stuff, and that's where you want to go in. Yeah. So anyway. Patricia says, I apologize, but what time is it there now? I'm sure you mentioned it already. We did. We are a 13-hour time change. And so right now here it is 10:44. So not AM.
Yes.
Morning. Well, I mean, you just look at balcony cam. It's morning here. That is a live look, guys. That's not a recording. Wrong way. Yeah,
that is Osaka.
Yep. Nice little courtyard over there. Keep on going the wrong way. There's the aquarium. You can just go right there and go into the aquarium.
And underneath that bridge to the left there, if you keep watching, you'll see the train zip by. You might have to zoom in a little bit, but
I'm not going to get close enough.
But right around in that area, every now and then you'll see the train zip by about every couple of minutes or so.
There we go. Yeah, we didn't take that one.
No, we went the other direction.
I didn't see. Alex,
it's the green line.
Yep, it's Monday for us. That's why I said you're talking to the future.
Yes.
13-hour time change.
Yes.
EJ says, God bless, safe travels. If interested, Panthers are winning 3-0.
Thank you.
Thanks for letting us know. Thanks, Alex. Boo, EJ. Go to Toronto. Macrina says, we did Tokyo Disney in 1995. Nice. Yeah, I just can't do it.
No.
Come on, Leafs. Oh my gosh.
I like theme parks, but I don't know that I want to go to another country. I'd rather see the country's culture than to go to the theme park.
Yeah. And there's so much culture here.
Yeah.
Now, if we were going to come here and stay a month, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? Because the theme parks in the different
There goes
countries.
the train.
Oh, no, that is the train we were on. Yeah, that's the Green Line.
One went one way and one came
Yeah.
the other way. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the...
That's the Green Line.
in this section of the town, it's elevated, but after a couple stops, it's underground. So, but right here, it's elevated. Yeah, but the theme parks are all slightly different in different countries, right? And have a little bit of local flair involved, if you will. And so, I mean, I wouldn't mind that at some point, but first, I want to take in the culture.
Yeah,
right?
me too.
So,
Me too.
they're all talking about the
game.
The game, yeah. Alex is like, yep, locals in the States jaywalk, especially near colleges that were down. Yeah, all the time. All the time. Yep. Tourists jaywalked in Japan, an elderly. Maybe. What's the translation on your hat? It says Mount Fuji. I'm sorry because I have the cameras reversed, but
Yeah, you got to turn it the other way.
yeah. Let me go back there. And where are we? We here? I think we're here. Oh, come on, really?
There we
All right,
go.
so it says Mount Fuji. Sorry, in words, but this is Mount Fuji
Yes.
in the Japanese. So I thought that was pretty cool. I saw that hat and I was like, oh yeah, I got a hat.
I love that hat.
Ikinuki says, a tourist jaywalked in Japan. An elderly man approached him and said, the downfall of society begins with the individual. They take the rules very seriously. Yes, they do.
They do.
They do.
Yes.
I will also say, one of the neatest places I feel we've ever been to. Everybody has been unbelievably polite, kind, well-dressed. There's no trash anywhere.
Nope.
Place is immaculate.
Spotless. Yeah.
Immaculate. Just really, truly amazing. Now, look, we spent a week in Athens with Fotis. That was a great experience as well, but it was a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
This has been also uniquely different than that. Like when we were in Yokohama the night before the hotel, everybody was in suits and things. I don't know if we were in a business district or whatever, but I didn't see anybody dressed down.
Mm-mm.
Right? Everybody was dressed. But I do notice when we're here, even in Shimizu, everybody was a little bit more casual, but dressed nice. And now we come to Osaka. Osaka is really big into anime, and we see a lot of cosplay. A lot of people walking around in cosplay outfits and stuff. A lot more people with different colored hair.
Mm-hmm.
But generally speaking, even still, everybody's nice and polite.
Yeah.
On the trains, I saw, a couple people get up to let somebody who was older sit down. I actually did that for this elderly lady. He got on.
And she said thank you many times.
Yes. Yeah. And just got right down. So,
She
but
did.
all in all, just been fantastic introduction to Japan. Can't wait to
Yeah.
come back and hopefully spend a longer period of time just here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's loving the area.
And Osaka, I think, is the third largest city.
Yes.
I did hear that because he was talking on the microphone in the bus.
Yes.
2.5 million people.
I took some notes, but I don't think I heard a number.
Yeah, I think he said 2.5 million people. And I promise you, they were all in Dotonbori yesterday. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen so many people.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Row after row, street after street after street of nothing but wall-to-wall people as far as you could see. Crazy. 2.8 million
Okay,
people.
2.8 million.
Yeah.
Okay. And yes, we did the Imperial Palace, Tokyo Tower, and many temples in Japan.
Yes.
Express 6-day trip. Yeah, it takes some time to see some stuff.
does.
Was your we went to the castle, not the palace. So yeah. What's up, Tom? How you doing? Land of the Sun, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. View there we go. Let's look right outside our balcony right now. Got the wrong way. Got the Ferris wheel right up here. Bam! Look at that sucker.
That thing's big.
And I'm going to zoom all the way out. By the way, PAL, we didn't fix PAL. This is HAL. We're just using my cell phone as the regular camera in front of us right now.
Yeah. We won't be able to do that, I don't think, while we're out to sea.
Yeah, we don't want to get this one ruined
no,
too. So we'll put my
don't.
phone out there instead, the backup phone.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
just
a
didn't
good
have time
idea.
to do it this morning. So.
Yeah.
We're just not going to be able to spin it around.
No.
So it'll be daytime. There's not going to be. It's going to be ocean.
Yeah.
That's it, guys. This is the last land we're going to see for 12 days. So we will make a video. What does one do at 12 days? Nothing but ocean.
But I do believe we'll be losing an hour every day
Yeah.
once we leave here.
Yeah, by the time we get to the last night of the show, it'll be we'll be streaming at 6 p.m. for the 9 p.m.
Yes. Yes.
Hello, Elaine. How are you doing? It's Monday where we're at.
I don't know what day it is where you are.
It's Sunday.
Is it Sunday?
Yeah,
Okay.
They're talking to the future. Welcome to the future. Hello, Tom and Elaine. There we go. Safe seas to you both. Enjoy. By the way, you can own condos, townhomes, or land that is in a community. Also, you can get permanent residence if you were in the military, any branch. Yeah, there's a lot of different loopholes. You can own a condo, right? Because you don't technically own the land. You just own the building or the square part of the building that's on the land. So there are lots of loopholes. We just are not ready yet to dig into the different loopholes to see what we want to do. It's a bummer you're not going to stop in Hawaii. Yeah.
We both have been to Hawaii, not together.
No.
But we both have been. So it's not, yes, it would be nice, but it wasn't one of those, it's going to break the deal things for us. It was more about Japan and, of course, the ship.
Yep. So, all right, everybody, it's snack time. Get out your snacks. Snacky, snacky, snacky. All right. You know what time that it means, right? Here we go.
So here we go again, it's no surprise. 'Cause we know better than to roll the dice. So take this love and try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself. And it's no use working 9 to 5. If you want more than to stay alive, so come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, oh. So come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. Stay up until the morning light, oh. The morning light, oh. I just wanna be yours.
All right, everybody. What did you have for snack time? Leave it in the chat. We want to know what you had for your snack. Patricia put up right when we started. Caramel corn.
Yeah.
That's right, EJ. It is
Yay.
song time.
Yes.
Ashley's like, just finished dinner, so no snack yet. But had ribs and corn on the cob.
Oh, that sounds good.
Man, we've eaten a couple times out in Japan off the ship, and the meals we've had have just been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
just
really
absolutely
good.
in heaven.
You know what's funny, though? When we did the Duolingo, we learned how to say rice, sushi, and water, and green tea. But the funny thing is, I haven't seen rice anywhere. It's all been noodles. There you go, Tom.
It's well wrapped, and I'm not going to unwrap it because they've bubble wrapped it and put some other stuff on it. But we actually did a tour of one of the sake breweries that have been around for several hundred years, and this is a citrus flavored one. So we've never had sake before, and so
It's really good.
the guide that we had in Shimizu, it was a private tour. It was him, the two of us, and our driver. And he's like, hey, go to a sake place? Yeah, let's go to a sake place. So we went, and they plied us with some samples. Come on, you got to try some corn. And we're like, okay, fine. So, tiny little thimbles.
Yeah, but they were all good. All of the
were
ones
great.
that you tried us, we could have drank them all day.
I would have bought all three, but I'm like,
How are we going to get them back? Because we do have a flight after we get off the ship,
Yeah.
and
we're already like just about max weight. We're like
we are
48 and a half pounds in one and 47 or
in the
something in the other. So I bought a hat and a t-shirt.
and our sake, and that's
Yeah.
it.
But the sake is going to have to go in the backpack anyway.
It is. It's going to have to go in the backpack.
So, yep. So, yes, we got some sake. Ooh, Butterfinger popcorn.
Ooh,
Nice.
yum.
Yes. Ashley's like, ooh, now that sounds good. Yes, it
It
does.
does.
Homage Lady Lock. Is there translation? Homemade Lady Lock. Okay, homemade. A homemade
Okay.
dessert.
Okay.
Great. Nice. We'll see you later, Ta or EJ. And
Good
Homer.
night.
Excuse me. Yes. So now, before I forget, I'm not sure we'll come live tomorrow. It depends on what happens the rest of today. Yes, we will be at sea the rest of the time we're here. So tomorrow is a sea day. That it depends what we decide to do once we hit finish on our stream. If we're going to leave the ship and go out and try to explore more, or just take it easy, because I will have to edit to be ready for tomorrow. And so we don't know.
Yeah, we're still debating.
Yes.
Do we
And
want to be tourists some
yeah,
more? Or?
exactly.
Yeah.
And we haven't videoed any of the ship yet, none of the decks. And so, of course, once we do, all of that has to be edited.
Yes.
I don't know if we'll take the day tomorrow just to get caught up and get into the cycle. Because it's funny, we have a cycle, and this is what we do here and there and there and there. It's literally like a written schedule.
It is.
And we've done none of it, so we're like all out of sorts of what to do, when, where, and why. So,
Plus, our time is completely reversed.
yes.
Usually, we only have to deal with a few hours, but this is more than a few hours.
Yeah, that 13-hour time change, that was rough.
Yeah.
I think today's maybe the first day I'm feeling pretty good. Yesterday was a little rough, but today I'm feeling pretty good.
Man, I tell you, I think it was the second day. We were sitting down having dinner, and it hit me, the wall. And I was just like, I felt like I had been drugged. It hit me so hard. So, yeah, we finished our dessert, and I went to bed.
Be our guest. Be our guest. Put our service to the test. Sorry, see, it's down in there deep, y'all. I mean, I could go be a Disney and Universal nerd in a second. It could happen. It's in there, but I suppress it. And producer's like, take a holiday. Okay, we'll take a holiday. Oh, I did want to mention. I know most of you here, because you're the loyal Tall Man Clan, have probably already seen it, but the video that we put out, the band list video, that was really a very important video that we wanted to make. And we found that website, the cruisebandlist.com. I'm typing it in the chat. cruisebandlist.com. Do us a huge favor. If you haven't watched the video yet, please do. But the short synopsis of the video is, we believe, and pretty much everybody that we've talked to feels the same exact way, which is why I'm a little disappointed so far. The video's got 150 views. Anyway, there's a petition on that website, cruisebandlist.com, where we are asking for, as passengers of cruise ships and cruise lines, to put their name on a petition that is going to be handed over to CLIA, I believe it is, to the cruise industry, to say, hey, if someone is getting banned from one cruise line because of something, whatever the something is, they brought drugs on board, they started a fight, they stole something, they raped somebody, doesn't matter what it is. If they get banned from one cruise line, they need to be banned from the industry. Because all that's happening now is they get banned from one cruise line and they move their to another cruise line. And now we are all potentially their next victims. We believe the cruise industry should have an industry banned list. So that website, cruisebannedlist.com, they keep your information private. You're just going to become basically a number. Here's a list of, 27,326 people, right? This is something they need to look at. So we made a video about it. It's a short video. It's like 5-6 minutes. If you haven't watched it yet, please do. It's on our channel, Tall Man's Cruise Adventures, just from a few days ago.
And share it to anybody that you know
Yeah.
that's cruisers because, it affects us all.
Yeah. I have not yet seen to, spoken to, heard from anyone that believes any difference than the rest of you guys in here that have expressed these opinions to us as well. Everybody feels the same way. Yes, they're all, Ash is like, I've already signed it. Macrina, I agree. Hikiniki World,
Thank
agree
you
100%. Yeah, look, share it with your Facebook groups. Share it with your cruise roll calls. Share it with other content creators. Hey guys, if you're friendly enough with them, share it with everybody.
Friends,
This is
family, co-workers, anybody that you know that cruises. Some kind of horn blowing.
That's 3. A long one. We're about to have an earthquake.
I don't know.
We haven't experienced that yet.
No.
Yeah, we've just and I have to send it off to BX Journeys. I've been talking with
Oh, nice.
with Jay and them. So
Very nice.
This is not about Robert and Lisa. It's not even about Robert and Lisa's channel. It's about passing this around. We've put the video up there. Share the video, and hopefully we can turn this into something that the industry can't ignore. Right? I mean, they need to do something. So anyway, we're probably going to be mentioning this every night for a while because we really want to see change, and for change to happen, it's going to take an army, right? If that makes sense. So anyway, well, look, we're going to go be tourists of some kind. Oh,
Yes.
hang on.
I think so.
She's like, we had an earthquake war in Tokyo. Yeah,
Did you?
I haven't felt anything yet.
No, I haven't.
Nope.
No, I've been through 2 earthquakes and hadn't noticed it either time. Hi, Valerie.
Well, you almost missed it. We're just about to call it quits here.
Yeah,
That is-
show her Osaka here.
Yeah, and there's our live look of Osaka, Japan.
Yes.
We are 13 hours difference.
Thank you.
So you are looking live right outside our balcony, looking into Osaka. That's the yellow reddish area. That's the aquarium, which is right here. So there's a nice little complex right here, some stuff to do, and we're very centrally located. And we're a 5-minute walk from the train station. So if there's something that you don't want to do here, you can just walk to the train. In the terminal, do you have any of the stuff? Can you reach those right there?
What am I getting?
The things that are folded, the maps. Right down in the terminal, once you get off the ship, there was tables laid out with it was information. There was a couple people there that
In
spoke great
various
English.
languages.
Yep. And will help point you in the right direction.
Yes.
And so, it's going to be backwards. I apologize, but this is what we used. This is the map of their train lines. Now you do need to know where you're going. And so I asked them, I said, we want to go to Dotonbori Street. And that's actually the Namba station. And so she circled the Namba. It's M20. So, we're down here. You can see the cruise ship down there, right? So we got on at C11. You take the C11 to the C16, get off which is Homachi, excuse me, and get off and transfer from the green line to the red line, and 2 stops, and boom, you're in Namba. And then
they also have another way that you can figure out where you want to go to. They've got pictures of like the buildings
Of stops, pictures of tourist attraction-y type things.
Tourist attractions with the name above it, and it's got a number associated with that. And then when you find the number, you go over, and then they have an individual map of that one location.
Yep.
So you have the general map that Robert has, but you also have the smaller maps for whatever your destination is.
Yep.
So very, very easy to get around.
Exactly. And
the hardest part was trying to figure out how to work the automated machine to get the ticket.
The ticket.
That was the hardest part.
And so somebody right next to if they're above the ticket machines, there's a big map.
Yes.
You know where you are. Mm-hmm. And if you're just doing a one ticket instead of an all day thing, or a single day pass,
one-way ticket,
you find where on the map that you're ending, and it'll tell you the yen amount. For us, I think again was 260 or 290. It was 200 and something times 2, right? So in the machine, there's an English button. Just press English and you can read it fine. And 2 people, where are you going? 260 or whatever it was, and put in my dollars or put in a card,
yen.
Whatever you want to do.
Your yen.
My yen, sorry. Put in my yen or put in a card, whichever you want to do, and boom, spits out 2 tickets. Yeah. So it hopefully you. If you're ever going to Japan, you're watching this, and so you're not standing there like the 2 idiots we were. Though I will say this, the hardest thing that I found was not any of that, to be honest. It was trying to figure out how to get out of the trains.
That's true.
The exits aren't really clear, at least clear in English.
And the thing with it is you have this little ticket that you go through a gate, you put your ticket in, and then you walk through the gate to get onto the train. But then you also have to do that to get out of the terminal.
Yes.
You put your same ticket in because it spits it out after you go through the first one when you're boarding. So you take that ticket, keep that ticket, because you have to put it back in the machine, and then it allows you to exit the building.
Yeah. And it doesn't give you the ticket back at that point.
It does not. It collects the ticket.
Yeah. Valerie says, so pretty. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
And
It's beautiful.
you should see it at
really
night.
is. Oh my gosh.
Again,
It is.
I'm going to put this in a video so you'll be able to see it better. But this was a time lapse from the balcony last night.
Oh, it's so blurry. There, that's... Oh.
Come on, stop.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Anyway, it's going to look much better when I put it in the video. But yeah, this...
When we left Shimizu, it was so special because...
oh my gosh. Don't ruin it.
Okay.
Don't ruin it.
I won't ruin it.
That's coming out in the video.
I won't say anything. So you'll have to watch the video on that one then. I won't say anything.
That could be a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
It could be.
Yeah.
I bet it is.
We'll show you.
That's
in the
why I
video.
was going to say something because
Nope.
I was thinking it was a one in a
We're gonna
lifetime.
talk about it when we give them the Shimizu.
Okay,
hey, we got
fine.
12 days of stuff we got to come up with. We got to save something. That's why I didn't mention it. Yes, it is so pretty. So when do y'all leave Osaka? Ashley, tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you were on when I read the whole thing about getting on and off the ship today is a very interesting thing. But we all aboard is by 7:30 tonight. So, but if you're not already off the ship by 2:00, you're not going to get off the ship anyway because they won't let you.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, for your last day on land. Yeah. 12 days, nothing but sea. But again, we're then on for 3 more days doing the preview cruise.
Yes.
So we've got another 15 days on this ship.
Yay.
We're excited.
Yes.
At least I get to see you all for a minute or two. That's right.
Yes,
of course.
absolutely.
I haven't seen anybody taller yet. There's been a couple that are close, but I haven't seen anybody taller yet. Generally speaking, though.
Yeah.
Hey there.
Now, there's been a few really tall guys. Yeah.
Danny Mac, I'm here. The race is over now. What did I miss? Man, I ran a 12.5 mile yesterday.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep. We put our steps in yesterday.
Corinne's like, Danny, they're having a group cruise. Oh, no. What group cruise? I don't know. All y'all are talking about it already are on the group cruise. Everybody that's here is already on the group cruise, so I'm not playing it again. Mama Tallman says you lucked out with a view of that Ferris wheel. You know, the funny thing is the view's not bad on the other side either. There's still a bridge over there, but you can also, from that side, you can see Universal Studios and a few other things. So there's great views on either side of the ship.
Yeah.
But with that Ferris wheel, though, what's really neat at nighttime when you're coming in or on the train, it looks like a saw trying to cut the ship in half, because the wheels, I mean, it's huge. It's huge. Oh, wrong way. I mean, it's way taller than the ship.
It is.
I mean, we're up on deck. We're on deck 12.
Yes.
Our cabin is 696. Normally we say at the beginning, but I forgot. We're towards the back of the ship, and I mean, you can just see, man, that sucker is far taller than this ship.
It is.
We'll shoot some video here for sure later today before we leave from up on the top deck, so you can see just how much taller. I mean, that's one of the biggest Ferris wheels I've seen.
But, you know, they had, there were Ferris wheels all over the place in Yokohama and in Tokyo. They're everywhere.
Well, it's the thing right now.
I
You know, if
guess.
you have a major, you can't be a major city unless you have a wheel.
I guess
They don't call them
so.
Ferris wheels, they just call them wheels. So, yeah. And Irene's like, good night, go enjoy yourself. Perfect. That's what we're going to
Good
do.
night, Irene.
Look at that. Every time we're getting, there's just a whole bunch of people that came on. Hey, everybody. We're live in Japan. We're on our ship, the Ovation of the Seas. We are on day 5 of a 17-day transatlantic. This is our last day of land here in Osaka, and we'll be doing nothing but sea days for the rest. So, and by the way, Mama Tallman says Rob's got a thing for Ferris wheels.
Now, Patricia thinks it's bigger than the London Eye.
It's pretty darn big.
It's really big.
It is really big. Group cruise. Oh my God, got my flight the other day. Group cruise people, did y'all get your shore excursion taken care of, right? Everybody got that done? Right? So anyway. Yep. All right. So that's that. We love you all. We're going to go.
Yes.
We don't have to go home, but we do have to go be tourists. Peace.